Hey guys, how we doing? It's Sir Tanis back with a Rome 2 online battle replay. Let's go. On the opposing side, we have Liberal Garbage Disposal as Armenia, teamed up with Ellis as Pontus. And teamed up with me as Swaby, we have 1-7 as Saba. This is the Battle of Nemetocenna. Now, I don't know, let me fix my mic here. I don't know a whole lot about the faction of Saba, but it looks like maybe it's a desert faction of some sort. Looks like they got some marauders. Pontus, I think, was a Greekish style kingdom in the area of what is now Turkey, on the coast of Turkey. And then Armenia, I think, is generally in the same place as it is now, as it was then. So he's got a nice line of Eastern archers. I think they're just a militia unit, but they should get the job done. He's got Eastern spearmen, pretty typical for Armenia. And then he's got axemen, which I do believe are some of the heaviest of their units as far as infantry goes. In the back, he's got cataphracts. Lots of cataphracts. There wasn't really any rules on this, not that I can remember. But everyone really played very admirably. So Pontus has his mercenary Scythian horse archers on that flank. And I do believe... Nope. And so I'm pushing them back. I pushed them back with my Germanic Scout Riders just to zone them. And then I brought my Germanic Scout Riders back over because I was losing this Cal fight with my against Noble Blood Cavalry. But I was using that as a holding action, because I realized I did not have the skirmishing power to beat Armenia, so I just rushed him. And that's kind of what you got to do with Swaby. They're kind of, with the fear, everyone delivers fear. I'm taking this brutal attack from the Royal Cataphracts, but my ally Saba came in with some Campbell Cataphracts, and that added a scare effect. So I'm just going ahead. I'm getting into this fight because that's how to use Swaby's strength, in my opinion, is to just they're a rush faction. You got to get in there. So I got a line of wolf warriors coming in. They're going to throw their javies and join the round shield swordsmen. We're pretty much fighting their cav, which this is not a good engagement for the cav because it's stagnant against infantry. So even though it's club troops and swordsmen, I should come out on top in that engagement. I brought more units over here to kind of zone away Pontus. But Pontus is not going to take that bait. He's going to go ahead and play it chill over here. I know he had a lot of cav he was playing with. I don't think he's not paying attention to his infantry. I just think that's a move he's choosing to make. And that's a perfectly fine move. My ally brought his army closer to mine. And now he's going to engage Pontus. It looks like with a front line of Mosgot Marauders. And then a second line of Caravan Guard, which I do believe is a spear unit. Yep, it's a spear unit. So back over here to this fight. We got Pontic swordsmen trapped up. A general unit running around. He's got mercenary naked warriors and eastern spears. Most of the eastern spears are gone. They're evaporated. And the cavalry, any melee cavalry that's left has boogied out or they've been killed off. So Armenia learned his lesson, and he holds this very stagnant line. He's not really sure what to do with my infantry. He thought he could beat it, I'm sure, but just because they're not wearing armor, when you have a horde of Germans coming at you, it's not going to turn out well for you. And the Armenians back in the day, they were not a people to joke around with, and I don't think they are today either. I don't know much about modern politics. I'm a history guy. But back to it. I got sword masters over here. I did bring 2 units of these just to kind of give my army some backbone, you know. And I had them available, and so I brought them over. I brought 1 unit over to help my ally, and I thought this Armenian line would hold longer, so I brought my second one over here. And this axe line just folds. His entire army just folds. I'm not sure if his general fell or what. My archers back here, I have 3 longbow hunters. They're kind of just picking off targets. So I'm moving in. I'm just going to wipe this out because I want to wipe it out as quickly as I can and come over to help my ally against Pontus, because Pontus looks like they're going to be a tough nut to crack. I'm kind of laying reserves to see what I have to do, and I'm going to... Back here, I'm going for a nice generals, not a general snipe really, but general on general battle, and he's going to boogie out. He sees he's losing that engagement. And so I'm bringing my army over here. They won that fight against the Armenian infantry. It does help that this Saba has the camel cataphracts, which adds scare, and I'm using wolf warriors, and I'm using the scare tactic of the Swaby and the rush. So I'm just getting in there. See, over here, without any of that fear factor, he's not using it over here. Even these naked warriors. What else he got? Thorio spears, they're holding up, but they're being swarmed. But they were holding up for a good long time until their flank collapsed back here. So he's got camel cataphracts coming in. He's over here holding with horse archers. It's kind of what he's got left is his archers. But we got plenty of archers to pick at him. Plenty of guys over here to deal with any of that should we lose any men. But my army is relatively untouched. And my ally actually came out pretty good. We both came out pretty alright. And it was funny because these are the types of matches where you have, shit talkers or something in the in the chat. And I don't like to prove anybody. I don't like to make anybody out to be a liar or anything. And we all played really well. I just don't think he was expecting that scare tactic to be as heavy as it was. But we all fall for traps like that. So I'm just chasing off the remainder of their army with the sword masters. He's kind of skirting away with his cataphracts and archers, using them to the best of his ability. He's given up on his infantry. There's no hope for these Pontic swordsmen and Thorio spears. He's formed them into square, and that is where these men will fight and they will die. So we're just going to go ahead and watch this a little bit. I've been zooming around the map. I can't imagine in real life what these guys would have done seeing a horde of what they would have considered barbarians charging at them. I don't know. They probably would have been scared out of their minds. I don't know. So how's everyone doing today? You guys liking these online battles? The last one seemed to do pretty well. You guys seem to like it. I didn't think I'd get as many views as I did, and I really appreciate it. I thank you guys. This is a hobby, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy playing the game and recording. It's fun. And there we go. We got a victory. I hope you guys all have a good night. See you next time.